मेरी आवाज आप लोगों तक जा रही है? एक मिनट। ओके। आप आवाज सुन पा रहे हैं मेरी? Any of you?
यस सर।
ठीक है, बंद करो।
सर
Now see, on last one we are discussing about latency analysis. In latency analysis, you have seen that we allow the latency for scheduling if the minimum average latency, this minimum average latency is either equal, means we just introduce the lower bound. Okay, lower bound, we have decided that maximum number of cross in a particular row of the reservation table. Your minimum average latency should not go beyond that. Okay, so so find the optimal this minimum average latency, we have introduced the delay element. We have inserted delay element like this. Just see this case. In this case, you see from here. This is the your pipeline, non-linear pipeline, and we have this reservation table for this pipeline. So if you compute the latency, forbidden latency due to stage 1, it is 5 minus 1. Here you will get latency 4. Here you will get latency 2. These are the forbidden latency. Okay, and here you will get latency 1. It means 1, 2, and 4 are the forbidden latency. And now see, you have to find the optimal schedule for this very pipeline. So see what happens. If you draw the state diagram, it is like this. The collision vector, latency 1 is forbidden, 2 is forbidden, 3 is permissible, and 4 is forbidden. This is latency, this is collision vector 1011 is the collision vector. Okay. Now 3 is the permissible latency. So you can calculate, shift it 3-bit left, you will get this 1, and add the initial collision vector 1011, you will get 1011 by performing our operation. You just recall, means you will get same collision vector. And you also know that for 5, means your pipeline is get flashed, up to 4 you have the latency. So for 5, as in the previous example, for 8 you can regain the initial collision vector. If you issue the task with 8 latency, you will get the initial collision vector. Okay, so this is the case, and just see this 3. 3 is the MAL is 3. 3 means, and here if you see, you have 2 cross here, 2 and 2. Means each stage is being used two times. It means your latency must be less than or equal to the, for scheduling the task, your latency must be less than or equal to 2. So what we do, just remove this and come to this. We have just introduced delay element. It is visible to you. We have inserted 2 delay elements. One is D1, another is D2. This D1 is inserted, if you recall, due to this, for this at stage 3, you just delay, provide the delay 1 clock, and 1 delay element is introduced here. So modified collision vector is this. By introducing delay element, this X and this X, use of this is delayed by one pipe clock. Okay, and similarly, due to this delay element, it is delayed by one. This one is delayed by, just see how it is get delayed. Suppose task 1 is start from here, T1. This is T1. Then it will occupy T2. T1 will be at stage 2 here. Then T3, it will be here. After then, it is occupying 2 and 3. It is issuing this 2 and go back this. So what this delay element will delay it. Okay. Here you will get a delay of 1 clock. This is a pipe clock duration. Here you will get delay, and then this is delayed again by 1 T1 to get the output. So one more delay. So it is delayed. Now for this, we can now calculate the forbidden latency due to stage 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. Due to stage 2, three.
Sir, 50 is not visible.
दिख रहा होगा, देखो.
Sir,
हेलो.
दिख रहा है सर, दिख रहा है.
ये यहाँ का नेटवर्क क्वालिटी थोड़ी पुअर है. इस समय पानी बहुत बरस रहा है और ये जो है एनकेएन कट गया है, बीएसएनएल से काम चल रहा है. तो वैसे मैंने लगा के रखा हुआ है. सो दिस इज दी collision vector for this modified pipeline. Okay. Now we will find the schedule. So you just see it is 1 0 0 0 1 0. Okay, you know that if we use latency 7, then again you will get the initial collision vector. Okay. Now for other latencies, you just analyze. First permissible latency is 1 here. Okay. So you just consider latency 1. Latency 1 means by shifting it 1 bit right, you will get 0, 1, this, and use initial collision vector, that is 1. This is the initial collision vector. Perform the R operation 1 1 1 1. This is the modified collision vector. Here you will have 1 1 0 0 1 1 with latency 1. Okay. And here if you apply a latency 7, again you will go back to initial collision vector. Latency 7. Now here you just see 2 is the forbidden latency, 3 will be the permissible latency. So you just see the what will happen with 3. Shift 3 bit left, so you will get 0 0 0 and 1 0 0. 3 bit right, shifting 3 bit right, you will get this. And initial collision vector is 1 0 0 0 1 0. This is initial collision vector, so you will get 1 0 0 1 1 0. A new collision vector you can consider here a new collision vector, and it is 1 0 0 1 1 0. इसको डिलीट कर दिया जाए. One zero one one zero 3. Sorry. देखिए हमने गड़बड़ कर दिया. जस्ट इसको रिमूव करने दीजिए. स्टार्ट अगेन. Okay. Now use 3 permissible latency 3 here. So it will give, sorry, it will give a new collision vector. It is 0. It is also the initial collision vector. After shifting 3 bit right, you will get 1 0 0, and initial collision vector is 1 0 0 0 1 0. Perform 1 0 0 1 1 0. Here you will get 1 0 0 1 1 0. 3. Okay. 4 is also permissible latency. Shift 4 bit right, you will get 0 0 0 0 1 0. Initial collision vector is 1 0 0 0 1 0. Perform after R operation, you will get 1 0 0 1 0. This, it means 7 and 4. If you use latency 4, you will get same collision vector. Okay. Now 5 is the permissible latency. ये समझ में आ रहा है ना आप लोगों को?
Yes, sir.
Now see, if here we have 5 as also permissible latency. So you just see shifting 5 bit right, you will get 0 0 0 0 0 1, and initial collision vector 1 0 0 0 1 0. So it is 1 0 0 1 1. It is a new collision vector. So you create a new node. It contains this vector is 1 0 0 0 1 1. Latency 5. This is the initially. Now come to this state. 3 and 4 are the permissible latency. Now use latency latency 3. So shift it 3 bit left, you will get, just see, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, shifting 3 bit right, and initial collision vector is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. This is initial collision vector. What you will get? 1, 0, 0, 0. Sorry, 1, 1, 0. You will get 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. Which is this? Three. Okay. Now remove this. We will, after removing, we will go for the analysis for other transition. Now see, here 4 is the permissible latency. Shift it 4 bit right, you will get 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, and use initial collision vector. You will get 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, which is this. Here we have 3. So you have 2, 0, so you must have 2 outgoing transition from this. Now consider this state. 0 is the permissible latency. 1 is the permissible latency in this very state. So shift 1 bit right, you will get 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. And initial collision vector is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Perform our operation 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Means here 1. Okay. 2, 3 are the forbidden latency, 4, 5 are the permissible latency. Now see 4. Shift it 4 bit right. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Shifting 4 bit right. Initial collision vector is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. You will get 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. This, sorry, it will 4. You will get initial collision vector for 4. In this 5 is also a permissible latency. So shift 5 bit right, you will get 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. And initial collision vector, this you will get 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. That is 5. Next, here you have 3, 4, and 5 are the permissible latency. Suppose 3 is the permissible latency, then you will get shifting after shifting 3 bit right, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, and initial collision vector is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So you will get 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. 1, 0, 0 means here. Three. Okay. Now 4 is the permissible latency. So 4 means 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. It is 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. Let's go back here for 4 also, for 4, and 5 is again a permissible latency. So you can calculate 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 3, 0, 1, 0. You will get 1, 3, 0, 1, 1, 1, 3, 0 here. 1, 3, 0, 1, 1 for 5 on itself. Okay. So this is the state diagram. Okay. Now we analyze this state diagram for MAL. Okay. Minimum average latency. Just bring the just see this is the table we have. This is the transition diagram we have just drawn. Now see the cycles 1, 3, 1. One cycle means 1, 3 is a cycle. Here you just see 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4 is a cycle. Okay. If you see here 4 and here 5. ये 5 नहीं होगा, ये गलत लिखा है, 4 होगा. If you see, we have just completed. It is 4. Okay, 5 is incoming. So yes, 4. This is 4 and this is 5. So 4, 5 is also a cycle. Here 5, 3 means you can find several cycles. Okay, 4 and 7 are the cycle. 5 is a cycle, and here you may find 4, no back transition. Yes, 1, 7 will be the cycle, 1 and 7 will be the cycle, 5 and 7 will be the cycle. So you may find several cycles, but you have to find the, and now see what greedy approach, what do you get through greedy approach? Greedy approach says for each transition we will consider the cycle having minimum wait age. So here 1 is the outgoing age. So 1, 3, again back 1. This will be the cycle. It is your greedy approach will give. Because from here you have outgoing age 1, then followed by 3, back 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. This is a cycle. Okay. So greedy approach will give this cycle. And resulting MAL 1 plus 3 by 2, that is 2, which satisfying the lower bound. Because if you see that very regeneration table, each stage in this regeneration table having 2 cross. Okay, so your MAL should not be more than this, should not be more than 2, and you have scheduled for 2, so it is okay. Okay, so this is the latency analysis. Now, I have to announce one thing, that your quiz will be held on Saturday, not on Monday, because on Monday I have a meeting. Okay, so accordingly you have to be prepared. Now come to the next topic. Now design of the pipeline, instruction pipeline. See, if we are able to find the schedule, means design means how we create the environment for the pipeline execution. This is the, in this we will discuss about the creation of environment for pipeline execution. Okay, so see, pipeline hazards. Hazards means the situation that hampers the performance of the pipeline. If you are considering the instruction pipeline, it means the situation in which you can't do the execution of instruction in normal manner. Means an instruction will execute just after, means as it is, pipeline supports parallel execution in SISD fashion. So sequentially we can't execute. And what will be the situation? For for execution, data will be, means you just see, for the execution of the instruction, first you have to fetch the instruction from the memory. Instruction is not available, that is to be fed. That may create the problem. Data may not be available, that may also create a problem and hamper the efficiency of the program execution. Okay, so this is hazards, pipeline hazards. Okay, so we have 3 types of hazards. One is structural hazard, second one is data hazards, and third one is the control hazard. This hazard, we'll discuss about structural hazard. You know, means due to the dependence structure of data flow of program. Okay, dependence structure of a program due to data flow. And here the dependency structure of the program due to the control flow. So we are aware with these two type of problem. But what is the structural hazard? Structural hazard means uh, due to the structure, due to the architecture of the environment for the execution of the program. Just see, suppose you are executing uh, a particular instruction, a stream of instruction, and your pipeline needs to refer to different location, and you are using shared memory. And what will happen? You can refer one by one. So one referencing has to wait, and that will hamper the efficiency of the program execution. Okay. Similarly, data hazards means in the case of means, and we will also discuss how we avoid it. Suppose now see the data hazard means a particular instruction is going to be executed, and the operand required for that instruction is not available or not being produced up to that very instance, then there will be problem. That is the data hazard. Control hazard due to the control structure of the program. Means if you have to switch the control of execution from one means you have to unconditional jump. Means jump has to be taken. In that case, the you have to switch the control of execution to that very target address, and that will hamper the execution efficiency. So structural hazard, as I have told you, that it is due to the structure, means machine. Okay, but mainly it occurs when we are using limited resources. But if we use multiple resources, then suppose two or more than two instructions may be executed in parallel, and you don't have the infrastructure for execution the instruction, then that is obviously a structural hazard. Okay. Now see here, in this example, instruction is loaded, decoded, executed, memory. Now this is instruction fetch, instruction decode, execute, memory fetch, write back, memory operation, write back, like this. Now see here an instruction number 4. Now it will try to refer, fetch the instruction, and it will try to perform the memory operation. In that case, if you are using single port memory and it is saved, so this very pipe functional unit, you just see this. I will just explain. You just consider this 5-stage pipeline. For your simplicity, now see. Okay. Now T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8. If needed, we can extend. Instruction 1 is being fetched. This is fetch. This is decode. Fetch, decode, operand fetch, execute, and write back. This is operand fetch, execute, write back. In next clock cycle, it will fetch I2 and it will decode I1. Now in next clock cycle, it will try to fetch I3, I2, and I1. Now see here, this I1 as well as I3. This unit want to fetch I3 and this unit need to fetch operand for I1. And both resides in the memory. Okay. What will happen? If you have single memory, then you must have a single port through which you can refer. Either it has to wait or it has to wait for one cycle, memory cycle. Okay, because both activities are get initiated simultaneously. Why simultaneously? Because it is governed by the pipe law. Okay, so it will send a fetch request for I3 and it will send the fetch request for operand of I1. Then now either this is in pipeline, you can install here and just start I1 here. Okay. Therefore, the fetching of instruction I3, this I3 are this operand for I1. Okay, you can defer it. You can fetch the instruction I3 but defer. Then entire pipeline is get executed by one clock. Okay, so again, if you see this, here you have to perform memory operation, here you have to perform memory operation, and here you have to perform memory operation. Then again there will be contention. So what we have, what facility we have, as during discussion of Intel architecture, means in recent processor, we use separate data cache and separate instruction cache. Okay. Then it will generate the address of instruction cache and it will generate the address of the this will generate the address of the instruction cache and it will generate the address of the data cache. So in that case, there will be no conflict and both operation may be initiated simultaneously. This type of inclusion is nowadays in each and every processor. It may be Intel processor, it may be AMD, any processor. You have this arrangement. We use separate memory. Okay. Now, here example that we will discuss on next one. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yes. If you have any problem, because on Saturday you have the test. On Saturday you have test of operating system also, as Rohit is saying. So you have to go through both the test. Okay. अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो पूछ लीजिए. Any problem? No. Then you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
हाँ बोलो.
Thank you, sir.
अच्छा चलो. ए धर्मेंद्र गए नहीं थे पर्स लाने? हैं? छाता नहीं है किसी का, ले लो छाता, ले लो. कोई छाता लेके तो आया ही होगा.